So today we got a special guest with us today. We got Coach Nino in the car, and we are gonna pick his brain on some of the most important things in life: motivation, success, just what really pushes and drives him. So Nino, what is your definition of success? Whether that be mentally, physically, financially, career-wise, what's your definition?
I feel like success is mental, all the way mental. And I feel like a lot of people in this world get it mixed up because they base other people's achievements off their success, you know? So like, don't base somebody else's success off yours, because y'all got two different roads. Y'all taking two different paths in life. Everybody's not meant to do the same thing. Everybody's not the same. We're all different.
Yeah. What are you looking for career-wise? What's your ideal career in the future?
My ideal career for the future, honestly, making music, being my own boss, controlling my own destiny. You know, like being independent. Yeah. And that's what I'm working on now. As you know, they might not know, I do make music. I make my own music. Everything's original. I try to do it's me. I'm giving my music. I plan on giving to the world, explaining who I am and how I overcome, and let them know that failure is a part of success. Anybody that's successful has failed multiple times. Anybody that's successful now has fell off and had to keep that mindset that they got to stay strong just to get back to where they were. So.
What are the biggest influences on your life as you grew up? Like, whether that be family, friends, your parents, just people around you in the community. Who were the biggest impacts?
I would have to say the people around me, my family, my intermediate family, because like, no matter what I'm doing, they behind me 100%. Play football, they at every game. My music, they share everything. They know the words, and like anything in life that I want to do, and recently I just had my son, and before I had my son, like, times get hard. Like, you just want to give up on things. Not keep going for what you really want, but do what you need to do in the moment.
Yeah.
But having my son made me realize, like, I gotta go for what I want, because if I don't, I can't. What am I gonna tell him?
You gotta set that example.
Yeah, I have to set the example.
You gotta show him what to do.
I don't want to just settle for anything. Like, when he asked me, Daddy, like, what did you want to do when you was growing up? I want to be able to tell him and show him how I got to where I'm at. Not like, I stopped doing this because of you. No, I want him to know that he did not hinder anything in my life. He pushed me.
Man, I like it.
Sometimes when you talk to parents, they like ex-athletes, ex people that make music, like, oh, I stopped because I had you. I had to provide for you. Nah, man, it's mental. You gotta be mentally tough when you got somebody else depending on you.
I agree. I understand that. I like that. What are the biggest influences, as in like examples in your life that you wanted to be besides your son? Like, or just experiences that you went through.
Growing up, I really looked up to my father, for real.
Yeah.
Because he's shit, like anybody else, like, he's had to deal with a lot of things. Like, he had to overcome a lot of things, but he never showed me that he was struggling. You feel me? Like he never. So he's a strong man. I try to base a lot of things that I do, including my son. Like, I try to base a lot of things off him, because he never shows any type of weakness. I mean, it's been times where my dad's had houses built. My dad's been in one bedroom apartments. He's been broke. He's been up, but you can never tell the difference. I mean, he keeps his composure. He stands his ground no matter what. And I've always, as I got older, I realized it more. Being young, I couldn't see nothing, but like when you get older, you see through all the gray areas.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's nice. Like, to see someone keep the same mentality no matter what situation that they're in. Right. That's nice. I like that. Keep the attitude.
Attitude is everything.
All right. So, what's the most important mindset or attitude? What's the most important aspect of chasing your dreams, to doing what you want to do in life, and to feeling purpose and fulfillment? Whether that be the who, what, when, where, or why. What do you think is the most important aspect?
You gotta embrace failure. You gotta know that you're going to fail. You're never gonna get it the first try. I'm telling you. It's a handful of people that get it on the first try. But I'm saying, bro, being a human being, bro, like, you're gonna fail. So if I feel like you got the mentality, like, okay, if you got the mentality, like, I'm gonna keep doing, I'm gonna keep trying this, I'm gonna keep doing this, I'm gonna keep doing it, you setting yourself up to win. because you know how to lose. It's easy to win. It's easy dealing with winning. Oh yeah, I won. But how you bounce back off failure explains who you are. It tells a lot about your character, bro.
Yeah.
It's easy dealing with people that's always up. Like,
what is character to you? What word mean to you? How you define someone's character?
who you genuinely are.
Uh-huh.
Like your genuine self. Like character, like you're not putting on a persona for nobody. Like it's, you are who you are. You gotta show people you're gonna have to accept me for who I am. Cause
right.
I'm not gonna change.
I agree. Two things that I've always like thought about character is like character to me would be like being able to carry out that resolution long after the excitement of the moment has passed. Like you got this idea, you got this dream, you're excited in the moment, but once you realize how hard it is, you don't have that same enthusiasm. Character is to be able to go from failure to failure with that same enthusiasm.
Yeah, and failure also sets you up to, when you do get to the top, you remember how that felt. Failure is motivation too, and it also goes back to your mindset, because everybody don't know how to deal with it, because they deal with it once. They never want to feel like that again, so they jump to something else. They feel like that's not their calling. They feel like what they thought they was built to do, that's not what they meant to do, but that's not the case.
Man, that's deep.
And I'm a firm believer in like energy and shit, bro. Like the energy you put into anything is what you're gonna get out. How you do the little things is how you do everything.
How you do anything is how you do everything.
Yeah.
That's real. That's true. It really is. All right, so if we want to touch on one specific, if you want to get that vulnerable, you want to touch on one example that helped you grow as a person in life, what would that be? What would you want to share with the world?
I'm gonna go with a recent experience. There's been many times where I've been humble. I consider myself a humble person.
Right.
But as you know, like I made it to college playing football. Feel me? Got my scholarship playing football. But when I got to college, I was coming off being like an all city player, playing all the time, the top guy. Feel me?
Yeah.
Then I went to college, and I wasn't playing at all, bro. And like when you doing something that you love and you failing over and over and over and over again, it makes you start looking at yourself like, what do I need to fix, man? Like, what am I doing wrong? But now that I'm done, now that I'm about to graduate in May, I'm looking back on my experience. I'm looking back on my football experience, and I feel like I was put in that situation to build me to what I really want to do in my life, which is what make music. You're not always gonna be on top.
Right.
Sometimes you might not. Sometimes you might feel like you're never gonna get on top. But if you keep going, keep pushing, finish.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. Someone like to say it's like failure is a necessary pit stop in perfecting your craft on your path to being great.
Right.
That's so deep and so true.
You gotta know how to lose.
You have to embrace failure. All right, so if there's just this one ideology, concept, misconception, or like just stereotype. Ideology, the way of thinking.
Oh, okay.
The way of thinking, yeah. Ideology, misconception. Misconception can be like an example of that. You know what that is, right?
Yeah, I did.
Ideology or stereotype.
Yeah.
That you would get rid of the world for and make the world better. What would you get rid of? What would you change about the world?
People, bruh. Like how everybody's so stuck in their ways, bruh. So stuck in history. Like the past. Like we living off so much shit in the past. It's affecting our future like terribly. Like I'm gonna touch on racism, bro. Like some of the people that's racist now, they're only racist because of the shit they was taught. They're not going out to look for nothing on their own. So I would take away racism, bro. Like the whole, not even white and black. I'm talking about like with Asians, Mexicans, even white people. Like black people look at white people like, oh shit, man, he ain't fucking with no black people. But it's not like that. I got countless, bro. I got some white friends I'll call before my black friends.
My family's white. Like, it's something like it's a part of life.
Like I wouldn't consider myself racist at all. I wouldn't say it's not in me because I was raised like being cautious around, because that's how it's been.
Yeah, that's society.
But as I get out and learn on my own and find shit on my own, I'm my own man, bro.
You create your own definition of it.
And I would take away like the stereotype of me. Like they look at me black dude dreads.
Yeah.
Feel me, like just the typical black guy, and they don't think I got nothing in my head, bro.
Well, there's some of us out there that's just like they're more driven, more motivated, more intellectually competent than some of these white people, or some of these Asians, or some of these Mexicans. Like, you can't just look at somebody and judge the book by a cover.
You gotta give everybody a chance.
Exactly. Well,
Life's also about chances. Yeah, it might go over a lot of heads, but life's about chances.
life is chance. When you take a step, you do so on an act of faith. You don't know for sure if that ground is going to fall from under you. Like, everything is an act of faith, and you have to have faith in what you want. You have to keep striving, pushing for what you want in life. If you don't build your dream, someone else is going to hire you to help build theirs.
Right.
Man, I appreciate everything today, man. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to let me interview you and get to pick your brain and help share this message with people. It's one of my first videos I've ever done for this channel, and I'm excited to share it and share your story and what you do. I appreciate it, Nino. One last thing is we just gotta say, yeah, coach.
All right.
Like, bro.
I'm with the movement, man. Let's get it. Yeah, coach on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, coach. Hell yeah.
I'm with the movement, man.
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you.
Swerving in my own lane, eyes low and I've been leaning. Told your little wife you quit the teasing.
Yeah, coach.
Yeah, coach.